Hey Coach, what's going on? Welcome to the first ever episode of Sneaker Sites, where we talk about sneakers, fashion, and lifestyle. Our first guest is going to be Venus, and she's going to show you some of her kicks. So Venus, how did you get into fashion and more specifically sneakers?
Okay, so it all started in middle school. I think this was the time period where kids were actually getting into more expensive clothing and shoes in general. So I thought, I'd try to see what was in fashion, what was in during that time. So I just bought whatever everyone was buying. So, but just more of it.
So what are your thoughts on today's sneaker community and how does it influence you with what you buy?
Okay, so back then when basketball is so huge, but when basketball shoes particularly were really popular, that's why I started collecting a lot of basketball shoes. And then it moved on to Jordan because new releases were coming out in colorways from the past when he used to play. And so that's why I started collecting Jordans. But now it's just mostly Adidas because of the boost and the comfortability, and how you can dress it with shorts or you can just dress it up, yeah.
Now, time to get into this collection. So the first thing that catches my eye when I look is you seem to be super into retros. Specifically, I took a look at these 8s and was like, wow.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about these, where you got them, when you got them, stuff like that?
Okay, well, these Jordan 8s, whenever they were released, I think last year, I'm not for sure, but when they did release, I just liked how the colors came together, gold and white, It is pretty nice, but now it's all about Boost, and I just want to know what you feel about them and how Boost is taking over the sneaker community.
So, my opinion on Boost, I see you have a pair of NMDs right here with the Boost bottom, so we can kind of go off that. They're going to be a super comfortable shoe to wear, especially because at work I'm on my feet all the time. Yeah. And the way it works is when you wear it a few times, it actually molds to your foot, so it's like a memory foam mattress almost on your feet. And so I really like them just because they're super comfortable and they're stylish too, like you were saying earlier. You can dress them up, dress them down with pants, things like that.
And not only is it for just dressing it casually, but also for basketball. I've heard some people have been playing in some Boost on the court and it's really comfortable.
For sure.
Easy transaction and stuff like that.
So to transition this, let's talk about we all know you're a basketball player. Let's talk about what you like to wear on the court, what's comfortable, what you think you perform best in. I see you have a lot of Kobe's, also these KD6 Black History Months. You just kind of want to tell us what you like to wear, maybe some cool colorways you go with, things like that.
I went with this colorway just because the gold popped out on these KDs, and when the school colors in my middle school was purple and black, so it was a really perfect combination. And just KDs itself, the look of it, it's a really nice look. So I like that on the court and actually off the court as well.
Cool. So next, what I'm noticing about this collection, and it's all over the place, is your Vans. What can you tell us about Vans, why you like them, and why you have so many of them?
So with Vans, I feel you can actually dress them up or down, obviously. They're very, if you're on a budget, every time I go to the mall, I'll probably buy at least one pair of Vans just because they're, affordable and they're easy to rock with, and everyone has them, so it's never gonna go out of style.
So tell us, Venus, out of your whole collection, what are your top 3 favorite shoes?
Well, first, since Boost is in the game and all, the ones that I'm wearing right now, the Oreos, probably has to be my favorite, just because I wear them almost every day of the week, and I can just put them on and go wherever, or dress them up if I wanted to. A second pair that I love is probably the Jordan 1s, mostly because these shoes they fit so nicely with jeans and stuff like that. And so I really like these. And if I had these in my size, I'd like to wear them a lot during the summer. This is a really nice summer shoe. So it probably has to be one of my top 3 favorite shoes.
Alright, so now we're going to play a little game. It's called Rock One, Stock One, Burn One. So the gist of the game is I'm going to pick 3 sneakers from your collection, and you're going to have to decide between which ones you would wear, which ones you would stock and not wear, and which ones you would have to burn. So I'm going to go ahead and go with KD on Pearls, Bread Toe 1s, and then these Legend Blue 11s.
Okay. Oh crap, this is hard. If I had to rock one, it'd probably be the bread ones. I mean the bread toe ones, because they look better when they're beat up and stuff. So I feel like that's what I'd particularly wear. And then one to stock. I'd probably stock these. And then I'd have to burn these because I don't know, they're so beautiful, but I don't see myself wearing these like a lot just because they're all white, and so they probably get dirty super easily, but they're really, really nice. It's just, out of the other two, these would probably be last on my list. Alright, so out of all my whole entire sneaker collection, which one would be your favorite?
For me, this is gonna be a no-brainer. It's gonna have to be the Black History Month KD6s, just because when I was in middle school, I wanted these so bad. And it was funny because it was before I started working, and my parents, they could never like afford to like buy everyone in my family a super nice pair of shoes. And I saw a friend who had them, and I wanted them so bad. And I would like Google them, and I would look at pictures of them, and even at one point I had them like set as my lock screen on my iPod. And I've always wanted them. So now that I work at a shoe store and I make my own money, if I can ever find a pair in a size 10 and a half, if you got it, hit me up. I'm gonna definitely buy them from you, and they're going in my collection forever. So Venus, we went through your whole collection, but I have to ask you, if there was one shoe, a grail shoe, that you could trade everything away for, and that could be a part of your collection, what would it be?
Well, that's a good question. I've had my eye on these shoes for a while, and Nike has actually remodeled these shoes, and they have like actual auto lacing system in them. It'd probably have to be the Air Mags, just because it was in the movie Back to the Future, and that was probably one of my favorite movies. And they're auto lacing, so that's a really nice shoe you would like to have, and they light up. Like, who wouldn't want that walking in the hallways with a $10,000 pair of shoes on?
Thanks guys for tuning into the first ever episode of Sneaker Sites, and thank you Venus for being on the show with us. It was an honor having you, and your collection is pretty great.
Thank you for having me, Elijah.